Everyone know what time it is? That's right. It's time for a...
And welcome back to another week of Dallas Beer Talk. Jacob, what's going on, brother? I'm your host, Victor Santana. This right here, he has something special for us.
Yeah.
Then we got the guy from Seattle over here.
No. Been there a couple times.
Drew.
What it do, baby boo?
I forgot his name for a second. My co-host. So if you don't know if I'm bad with names, I forgot my co-host name and my really good friend. And then we got the man, the myth, the legend, Ziggy, which I will never forget his name.
I'm back, guys. Hey.
I do not like that camera angle on that.
I do not like that either.
It's pretty weird, isn't it?
That's a good POV right there. Man. But I wasn't going to say
Make your moves, Ziggy.
It's like I'm deep throating a boom arm.
That's what our virtual reality. When you put those
Right.
glasses on, you can see Ziggy face to face.
Oh man.
So, on that note, guys, I hope everybody's doing well. I fucking miss you guys. Thank you for coming to the new studio,
Yeah, man, no worries. Thanks for having me, guys. It looks awesome in here. I can't wait till it's all done, but even in here, it's dope. So
Yeah. The other room we're gonna be in next is nicer. So,
Nicer.
Cool.
But yeah, so for those of you who obviously can't tell from like our green screen that we're in front of, we were just transitioned to a new studio. So that's why we took a little hiatus for a week off while we moved and got everything done. But yeah, it looks really cool. So it's nice being in the new studio. We got a lot more cool air coursing through here, which I freaking love.
The other room we're going to move to next week has a lot more cool air. And
Yes. So good.
can't wait.
you guys are being cool as fuck.
We're cool as fuck. So,
We're cool as fuck with Beer Squad shirts.
oh yeah, represent Dallas Beer
I-
Squad.
I told him I was about to wear mine. I went to a
Oh.
bottle tasting, and I have one too, and I almost wore it.
damn.
I was like, nah, I don't want to be that nerd, so
Why
I'll just wear
wasn't
my
it-
Texas Theater shirt.
Hey, you always come with the shirt games. Always 100.
Always come with a
review.
Beer Squad shirt.
Dude.
That's a badass shirt too, though, by the way.
Yeah, man.
I,
It offends people sometimes. It's weird.
that is a great shirt. I
is
just
a
saw it. That's
'Cause it's,
amazing.
Lee Harvey Oswald. So my wife has the same shirt, and she was in Target, and some lady was like, "Really?"
Who,
My wife
was it a
like,
white lady?
Yeah,
Has to be.
Had
it's
to
the the person who assassinated John F. Kennedy.
I don't
so.
know who it is, but why
Yeah.
is it offensive?
I don't know,
Is he
dude.
mad-
Well,
is she
and
really-
that is the name of the theater that he tried to hide in
Yeah, they
after the
caught him. That's where
assassination.
they
That's
caught
where they
him.
caught him. So
Yeah.
some people just think that it's like a pro assassination shirt, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's just a good
People
marketing
get
name.
offended a lot. So.
Like people get offended when I wear my Friday the 13th gear out into the world. And to be fair, it's also like Jason holding a blood-stained knife. But people, it's just weird. It's like, it's a shirt.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't even have any like offensive text on it for you to be up in arms about.
Free flowing bodily fluids offends me. Okay.
Same here. I do not
Don't
agree
you
with
work in a
I'm
lab?
offended by blood.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. We don't like
Exactly.
bodily fluids.
Yeah. Infectious agents, keep them away from me
At all times.
So it's funny though. I shouldn't say funny, but it's one of the things I saw somebody talk about the other day is Pegasus City. They have a new was it sixth floor.
It's a porter.
It's a porter.
Yeah, it's a
right?
porter. I've tried it. It's pretty good.
So isn't that also supposed to be like? Isn't that where
Yeah.
he assassinated?
Yeah, the book depository.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from the sixth floor. And
Yeah.
people are like, oh, what a morbid name.
Yeah.
Distasteful. You know.
They have tours to where he got shot. So if you have a tour to where he got shot,
Yeah,
Why not
you
have
can
a beer?
actually you can actually go up to the sixth floor, and they actually still have the corner set up where he was where
Yeah.
he supposedly sniped.
No, you can't look out the window.
No, yeah, you can't go. Yeah, you can't go over there. It's like blocked off. But if you ever take a tour, I think it's super cheap. It's a pretty cool tour.
This
Yeah,
is a super
I've heard
cheap
that.
tour. That's my first tour I took here in Texas.
Yeah,
But it's like you get to see where he literally got shot.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to take. They have like the star there. You can take a picture, and then you got the floor tour, and then it's like I think it's like $10 now, if
yeah.
that,
It's not very expensive.
if that.
And then
It's
you
right
have
off
all
the
the
train.
delightful
Yeah,
people
dark.
selling you papers about the assassination outside of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how dare you wear a shirt
right?
and
But-
drink a Pegasus City sixth floor porter? Glorifying.
I should do that.
You
Yeah,
should.
let's do that.
A sixth Florida?
Sixth floor.
You know what I find offensive when people wear Che Guevara shirts. That's offensive. He killed hundreds of people.
Yeah, it's weird though, right? Because a lot of people wear those shirts, even though there's a lot of like violence. I don't think a lot of people see it as like a kind of anarchy rebellion thing, but they don't really know the whole context and everything that kind of comes along with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Food over everything.
I would be okay without Papa John's. I'm not a big Papa John's.
Me neither.
Yeah, me neither. But it was the price.
Yeah,
It was
I'm
half off. It
I'm
was a half
definitely
off.
more fan of Papa John's for life because their pizza is so disgusting.
Can we do
If
a
I
quick
never have to
ranking?
eat pizza again.
Oh, shit. It was just like Ziggy's
Yeah.
like, yeah, screw
Yeah.
other establishments.
So how we gonna? You want to rank pizzas?
Let's do like the top. Let's do the big
Like big
three.
chains?
Yeah.
Big chains? The big
Okay.
pizza chains?
You got
Are we
Pizza
doing
Hut,
just
Papa
any-
John's,
any-
Domino's.
Are we just doing those 4? Or are we doing like
No, any
takeout
big
places?
chains.
Oh,
I guess
shit.
because
I
I
got
got
like Pizza Patron and
Oh shit! Yeah.
That's
Little
so weird.
Caesars.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Yeah.
Papa,
We can do that.
Papa Murphy's, which I think he's
Papa
the
Murphy's
brother.
is pretty
Papa,
underrated.
Papa
John.
Murphy's is underrated in my opinion.
I think they're.
I just don't like the fact that you have to take it home
Exactly.
and cook it.
Okay,
Because I don't have a goddamn oven.
well, yeah, of course you'd be against that right now.
Yeah.
You got a car outside in Texas?
That is true. That is
You got
true.
it?
Just a hot plate.
You got that
It's
out?
not even a hot plate, just like one of
What are
those
those-
saucers that they put the pizza on.
Yeah.
Just put
Those
that out.
those pizza stones. Have you seen
Yeah,
those?
there you go. They're perfect, dude. That's old school. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
So-
I never thought about that.
Yeah, I if I'm out of all of them, I'm probably picking just in general Little Caesars, just because it's the price
Me too.
and it's not a bad
Jeez.
taste.
Bitches.
I
What
mean,
do you like?
I like Parati's too.
Domino's is gonna be my like number one shitty pizza.
Okay.
Then Pizza Hut.
Domino's is before Papa John's.
Oh yeah,
Really?
everything's before Papa John's. Little Caesars before Papa John's.
Damn. All right.
You supporting Jimmy? I like it. Okay,
Well, he doesn't like Papa John's either.
that's the one. That's my friend that's boycotting.
Boycotting like your boy, man.
Yeah, Jimmy. Unless Little Caesars is out of pizza, then I'm getting Papa John's.
I mean, if I had to get, if my choice was Papa John's or anything else to eat,
Yeah,
I'm getting anything else to eat.
really.
Yeah.
Really?
And
About
I
you?
like pizza.
That's pretty true. I think Little Caesars, honestly though, man, they're not really around anymore. But Pizza Inn buffets, like their thin crust pizza was
I didn't really care for Pizza Inn.
really.
Yeah,
I never heard of that.
I didn't really care for their
It's
pizzas.
old school. I think there's still one off of like Lemon and Inwood somewhere.
They opened up a newer one off in Arlington, off of what is that, Cooper, South Cooper.
Yeah, next
and
to,
then
like,
I
the
used to live in
stadium.
and I used to live South Side Fort Worth, and they opened up one kind of over in that area.
Shit, bastards! They're opening them up over there, and they're not coming down here.
Yeah,
I like
it's okay.
Pizza Inn.
They can keep them over there.
Yeah, I like Little Caesars though too. But
Yeah,
anyway.
Papa Murphy's would be probably my number 3 or 4.
yeah.
Okay.
But you know what goes great with a pizza? I think we can all agree. A
Some
nice
beer.
cold
Wait,
beer.
before we get some pizza, Ziggy, you got any compliments on this pizza conversation?
What are you going with?
The mic in your face.
It's all trash.
If you say CC's, I swear. Oh, never mind.
Pizza
Why'd you
pizza
tell
as a
CC's?
food is dead to me.
There it is.
Why?
My car has smelled like grease
That's
for
right.
3.5 years.
I'm over here with Ziggy the whole time. I'm like, yeah, Ziggy, tell him.
I
Tell
actually
him,
like
Ziggy.
Pizza Hut too.
I was
That's
so
crazy.
hurt. Like, Ziggy, what has pizza done to you? Tell me, Ziggy.
So much anger.
I'll take you to Chicago get some different pizza.
It's,
Right.
it's the thing of when you step away, it's like when A-Rod retires. He still wants to be around baseball, but he doesn't want to ever have to hit another baseball ever again.
Fair enough.
I thought you were gonna say you didn't want to smell like baseballs.
He smells like balls all day, every day.
Okay, end of the world scenario. What is y'all's one food? If you can only have one food,
One food,
Yeah.
one style of food,
for the rest of your life, what
and
would it be?
it's gonna magically just show up once a day.
Yeah, you're gonna have an unlimited supply, but you
Once
can
a
only
day.
eat that.
Sandwiches.
What kind? No, we'll be specific.
Yeah, you gotta be specific.
No, I mean,
You could say edible food, and it could be the whole.
no, not edible food, but like sandwich is a thing. Like a deli sandwich would have lettuce, tomatoes, onions, because it has a variety of vegetables on it too, and stuff like that. And then you have your carbs, and you have some kind of protein in it.
Okay.
Nutrition.
Yeah, you got a little variety of stuff in that sandwich.
Gotcha.
Jacob.
Man, I really like Asian food. This is gonna sound really stupid because I don't even think this is from Asia. I think it was made here. Orange chicken.
Oh, from Panda.
Yeah.
No, not even Panda. Just any orange chicken.
Yeah, I think it is more American.
I can't remember the last time I had a bad orange chicken.
Yeah.
with
Every
fried
time.
rice.
And most of the spots have it thanks to like Panda. They
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
have their own version, and
Yeah.
pretty
Good.
I
dope.
think Chinese food
That's a good
here
one.
in Texas sucks.
I eat that every day.
Chinese food outside of New York City sucks.
I'm gonna say pizza for sure.
Pizza?
Pizza's probably my favorite food. If I can eat it every day, I probably would.
But
at
then,
some point.
what, you just gonna get regular cheese pizza?
Oh, do I gotta pick a type of pizza?
No, I'm just saying you gotta get regular. So I'm just saying, like he got.
It's gonna be a half cheese,
Yeah,
half
mine was
pepperoni.
super specific.
If he has to pick the type of sandwich, you have
True.
to pick your pizza
True.
toppings.
All right, well then I'm getting stuffed crust, half pepperoni and jalapeno, and half cheese. Gotta keep a little bit of.
Someone's you're gonna survive because you're gonna be starving until that one pie shows up, but your body inside's gonna be like, "What are we doing? Where's the nutrition? My cells are dying. Where's the vitamins?"
This isn't a realistic scenario, anyways. You're getting too health factor into it.
Of course. Listen,
I like it. I like it. What about you, Ziggy? What are you eating for the rest of your life?
I cook a really mean chicken fettuccine alfredo, so probably that.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I concur.
Vic
He
has
does.
had it.
Yeah, I concur. He does.
He's big on Italian food, so if he's giving you
am.
praise, then okay. All right, well, let's start out drinking a beer.
This guest choice, dealer's choice.
Shit, man.
Assassinating people over here. So
Let's assassinate one of these beers.
For real. Let's. Oh man, you're supposed to start from dark, light to. Fuck it, I don't care. Let's do the stout.
There he is.
First.
There he
Let's
is.
go
Let's do
backwards,
it.
man. Let's go backwards.
All right, so
eyeballing that one.
what we have here, you want to tell us a little bit about this, Victor?
I can't even read the name right now. Ziggy, can you help me here?
This is going to be the astronaut status.
Yes, astronaut status from Wiseacre Brewing. Astronaut status is aged in Woodford Reserve Kentucky bourbon barrels for 11 months with some cinnamon sticks and vanilla beans tossed in to create a delicious, powerful stout. The aromatic characteristics are some obvious ones: bourbon, vanilla, and cinnamon with mild coffee and chocolate notes. Astronaut status is creamy, rich, and robust, a gem of a stout coming straight out of Memphis. It's available limited release. It's from Wiseacre Brewing Company, and the ABV right now, it's telling me, is 10.5%, guys. So this is a pretty strong stout that we're about to crack open.
I like it.
It's actually got a little acorn on the cap.
I thought it was just a thunderbolt. I'm such an
it's
idiot.
acorn
Is
with
it an
a-
acorn?
with a cracked thunderbolt in it?
Oh,
It's pretty
okay.
I really thought it was just a thunderbolt.
I only saw the Thunderbolt as well.
Me too. I'm such an idiot. I'm easily amused.
I believe that is the Wiseacre Brewing logo.
sweet. Ah, cool.
Nice. All right. So, for those who follow us on Instagram and Facebook,
Please do follow.
and follow us some more.
All social media sites.
Yeah.
iTunes is finally up. We're gonna post all our stuff on there soon.
Yep. We went to support our
Tabs
friends at Tabs of Caps. So we
Rick.
had, Rick and the whole crew. And Brutal Beer Works had some of their tastings, some of their beers. And we ended up winning a beer raffle from the great people at the Dallas
Beer
Beer
Squad.
Squad.
Squad up.
So, yeah. So this is
Really good people, by the way. Really good people.
Yeah, it was a fun event. We got to see
Got a little drunk.
the brew gal. Oh man, but we had some food to soak it up, which was good. But yeah, so we got these are two beers that we got over there, and we've been waiting to crack some open. So now that we have our star guest on,
Sweet.
yeah. So let's give this a shot.
Salud, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Ziggy. Oh, that's good.
Ooh,
That is good, sir.
Oh, kind of grabs you by the boo boo, don't it?
That's a good way to describe it.
let's cut that audio and let's keep that for reviews.
It grabs you by the boob.
It really catches you by the colon.
Seriously. God.
So it's not as like syrupy as I thought it was gonna be. It's kind of
No.
light at the end.
Oh yeah, that end taste is really good.
But I feel like it's light all the way through, but it has a health, like a heavy feel too at the same time. It doesn't stick to your ribs or anything like that. It sticks to
That's good, man.
This would be like a good breakfast, not breakfast one. I'm sorry, dessert.
you're
like
right.
a dessert beer.
breakfast,
Lunch, and dinner.
Start the day off right.
Just all day.
So what is it aged in? What does it say again? It's aged in a certain type of.
It doesn't say here on the bottle.
It is aged in Woodford Reserve Kentucky bourbon barrels.
Because it doesn't have like an overwhelming bourbon taste to it. Like a lot of the bourbon barrel ones you try nowadays seem like they have like that
Really?
real strong.
Whiskey flavor.
It imparts like a nice flavor to it though.
I taste it right up front, but me, I'm real sensitive to like liquor, like especially
Yeah.
whiskey, because I don't drink a lot of liquor at all.
Like I smell
But
it.
but that end taste is really good. I definitely get the vanilla at the end.
The vanilla, I think, is what really
that vanilla
grabs
strong,
me.
Yeah.
By the boo boo.
Does it
By the
grab
boo
you?
boo. It grabs
You
you by
gotta,
the
say it
boo boo.
like, you gotta say it like Chong though. Kind of grabs you by the boo boo, don't it?
I don't think I can have that accent.
He's got one accent only. It's New York.
Hey, boo boo, I'm gonna grab you.
You know, I got the same accent as the so-called president.
Right.
Oh, Trump.
Trumping it up.
Shall he who will not be named.
That would not be named.
Not saying his name.
I mean, it's my president. This is what I voted for.
Kind of grabs you by the Putin.
Yeah, right.
So I'm with you. This is definitely dessert beer, man. Like it's like if I had a good dinner and I have to pick a
Yeah.
dessert and this beer was on the menu, I'm getting
Yeah.
this beer.
Yeah, I would not get the chocolate cake. I would get this.
Yeah.
This would be good to finish off like a nice steak dinner.
Yeah, this is really good. I'm as well going to go with the dessert beer status because great.
Oh look, I didn't even
great.
think our logo was gonna be our things. Thank you, Z.
It's the man, the myth.
The legend.
The two times.
I retooled the preset, so we have
Working
that
behind
from
the
now on.
scenes.
We should have that.
Oh my man.
Awesomeness. Yeah, it's solid.
And I think that I also agree that it is a dessert beer.
Bada bing, bada boom.
It's not overpowering, but it's got a very alluring sweetness to it.
It does.
It's on some level it's almost chocolatey,
Yeah, for sure.
and I think
agree.
that's the vanilla mixing with that bourbon flavor that it's got. It gives it a very
like a
very
cocoa kind of taste to it
Yes.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I sound like a fat ass because I'm actually looking at that cake. I'm like, that cake would go so good.
Is it?
Right now with this beer.
Did you say cake?
And I think that was the point.
No
I think that was a
mistake.
cheesecake.
Yeah, it's solid.
Oh, man, thank you, Dallas Beer Squad, and also thank you to
Wildacre.
Wild Acre.
Just kidding. It's not Wildacre.
No.
Wiseacre.
Wiseacre. I'm looking for the name too. I'm like looking right at the small print. Brewed by.
Wise Acres is the place to be.
So the first beer from them. This is actually phenomenal, man. This is a good beer,
Yeah, it's a
man.
really good one. I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably one I would have just one glass.
Oh yeah,
Well, at 11%, you only need is one.
That's true. That's true.
solid. That's nice.
Oh my god, I haven't laughed this much all week. This
Yeah.
is-
We're glad you're back, Ziggs, and glad you can enjoy some beer with us. But yeah,
I'm
we're-
loving.
no, go ahead. What were you
So
gonna
I'm loving this new studio. I actually feel like how you felt in the old studio because you had to turn to see Ziggy. Now I'm turning it like this. Ziggy. It's like a.
say? Yeah, there'd be times when so Ziggy was behind me before, and there was times when I would be focused on the guests when we have guests on the show, so I'd be looking this way. And then Ziggy's back over here, like, hey, trying to get our attention for something. And someone's like, oh, Ziggy wants to say something. Oh, shit, Ziggy, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna be me now. I'm like,
well, we're going to be in the other studio. I think we're both going to be pretty much,
Yeah,
Straight on.
yeah, it'll be a little more.
forward.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
They actually just finished the paint job this morning. So as soon as we wrap here, we're moving into the new room. So
Far off. So shout out to Far Off Fiesta. They got the record over there.
they're a re-air tonight,
Oh,
or they're airing tonight. They're not
Oh,
recording.
they pre-recorded.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
So what's been new with you, Jacob? How's wifey?
She's good, man. She's
Oh.
good. She's off for the summer.
Oh,
She's
sure.
yeah.
Everybody's a teacher, man. Everybody's
Yeah.
a teacher.
It's the way to do
Off
it.
for the summer, just chilling.
I want to say congratulations to you guys on the beautiful lawn you guys have, the
Dude.
backyard.
It's already ruined.
Is it? Damn it!
Yeah.
I had this beautiful oasis picture in my head of the
Yeah.
pictures you guys
How do you
posted.
It was nice. It was nice for about 2 weeks until the dogs started peeing on it. The dogs, I mean, their piss just burnt
Yep.
a good portion of it. So I'm trying to fix it right now. But
Nice.
other than that, it still looks good.
Yeah.
it'll grow back. So it's Bermuda grass, and that shit's like super strong.
Dude, stupid
Yeah,
durable. Yeah.
it'll grow right back. So I'm not really tripping on that. But yeah, and then nothing much. I did I brewed a little bit. I did 2 batches, 2 of my first all grain batches that I've ever done.
What's an all green badge?
So all grain is basically
All grain.
All
I
grain.
heard green.
Yeah.
I was like, what's an all green badge? Tell me about this.
No. So all grain
All
is just instead of doing the actual extract from the malts and stuff, you would just you have to extract the sugars and stuff yourself. So
We were talking about that last. We went up to what's that place in Richardson?
Brain dead?
yeah.
Not
No,
Brandhead,
homebrew.
Homebrew.
headquarters.
Yep.
Yep.
We were talking about it
yeah.
then.
Yeah, I was asking those guys for a couple tips, and it's actually really easy. It's not that bad. It's more
work.
Yeah, more work, just step by step. And then, as you guys probably saw on Instagram, I broke a fermenter.
Yeah.
I busted the shit. I wasted like almost 3 gallons of beer.
Oh,
That's a heartbreaker right there.
Yeah,
That's a
my
heartbreaker.
heart, dude. I like got on my hands and knees, was like trying to lick it up.
It's one of the only
Straws.
videos that we didn't like. We're like, oh, I'm not gonna like
Yeah.
that one.
did you get like
was
one of those
bad.
crazy straws? And you're like,
Yeah, yep. Actually, my dogs were trying to get it, and I was
you're like
just
at
gonna
the
give
point.
Do they like drinking beer? My dog doesn't like it.
My little ones will. The big one, he's really picky.
Yeah, my big dog, she will look at it, sniff it, and like be confused by it, but
Yeah.
she won't ever drink it.
My dog, I put my like Perrier or like some kind of like soda water in his bowl, and he just barks at it.
He barks,
it's
his
bubbling.
His popping.
Yeah.
What
It's
is
bubbling.
this?
Yeah, he freaks out over
What
that.
are you?
You're not my water.
That's the most. Oh, that's amazing.
So you're saying he's picky? He won't drink the beer. Is he like a Dom Perignon kind of guy? Louis XIII?
I don't know. He might be like a champagne or like a
Campaign
wine
with the
kind of-
champagne?
Yeah,
Do
there
the
you
damn thing.
What's my name? What's my name?
Well, he drinks scotch, but only cheap scotch.
Only single. Right?
He has to
That's
slap the bag,
awesome.
or else he won't drink the wine.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
What's that wine? What's that box wine?
Franzia.
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 I just call it box wine.
Or if you want to be fancy, you call it Franzia.
Yeah, Franz.
Like Tarjay.
Tarjay.
So, yeah.
Dude,
College town. you just
Shout
do
out to
what you
Franzia.
gotta
I actually like
Yeah.
Franzia. Ain't gonna lie.
Exactly. My mom, when I was growing up, she had that in the fridge. She was a
My
fan of
little
it.
drink left. God damn it. Okay.
But yeah, I'm down with the Franzia. I slap the bag. Slap the bag.
Something all day.
Hashtag slap the bag.
Hashtag bring back slap in the bag.
You
No,
when you do pull the bag out of the box and just drink straight from it, like holding it above your head, you do feel
Like
like a pirate.
Yeah.
Like you feel like a pirate.
I could
Like, this is
imagine
right.
that. Yeah, I could
Like a
definitely
boss.
imagine
I think at that point you've reached the pinnacle of human achievement. I think, as we can all agree, because you're essentially at that point you're like a god.
that. Yeah.
You're like a god of wine.
I own this house. Someone's just gonna drink out the bag. That's what you do every weekend, right?
No.
So you were working on some majestic creations at
Yeah.
Homebrew stuff. You had
So I've got I don't have it on me because it's not done yet, but I have a brown ale with coffee and peanut butter, and then I've got a peanut butter bomb. It's just I went nuts on the peanut butter because the last one didn't really have too much peanut butter. I know you guys tried it,
We liked it though.
and I had somebody tell me that it was just a little too bitter for them. I guess the hops, we used a little too many hops.
That's interesting.
I didn't
We
really get that. I didn't.
Didn't get too
yeah.
much bitterness.
Did you get the bitterness in the last?
I don't know if you remember.
The brown ale,
So
the big bomber, I gave. Victor.
he wasn't on the show, but he
I wasn't on. Yeah, I was.
we brought it on. It was one.
That peanut butter one that we talked about.
It was supposed to be the Yub Nub ish.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to be the
Oh,
Barampus.
Barampus, that's what it was.
Now, was that the one that I said was kind of an on the house one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would probably agree with that. It was something I probably wouldn't buy if I had it, and I would just be like, if somebody just gave it to me, I would drink it.
and I like peanut butter as a
I didn't.
flavor.
For me, I didn't get it. I didn't get any of it
Yeah.
in through there.
Yeah,
I
I
got a
think-
lot of cinnamon though.
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
if you watched that episode. We all agreed that if you never told us it was like supposed to be like we kept saying Yug Nub on the episode, but Barampus. If you never would have told us
I think
that,
we said Barampus.
You said
didn't we?
Barampus?
Yeah, we did. I was
if
thinking
you
Yub
never
Nub.
said that, if you never said that, we would have liked it as for what it was because it was a good beer,
Yeah.
a good homebrew beer that tastes really good. You know, it felt like it was missing something, but it was all solid through all the way through.
Yeah. It tasted pretty close to a brown ale. It's just I was looking for way more peanut butter.
Yeah.
That Barampus has that creamy peanut butterness.
I remember
really
it now
good.
because I when they said peanut butter, I was looking for those flavors
excited,
because
yeah.
I had something that I enjoy, and I was disappointed that didn't pull through.
Gotcha.
And it sounds like you as well
Yeah,
are very disappointed with
I
that.
didn't taste it, but don't worry. I'm
We
coming
got
back,
part
I'm coming
two
back
coming.
with a
That's
vengeance.
the beauty of the homebrew, baby.
Yeah, so I've got the
tweak it.
coffee and peanut butter one, and then I've got a peanut butter and cinnamon one. With that peanut butter, like I had a shit ton of peanut butter.
Well,
Kinda
any
scared.
any
Club.
Nutter Butter brews
Yeah,
that you
peanut butter.
got, send them our way,
Oh,
and I will
definitely,
definitely
definitely.
try.
100%.
So I did that, and then I did an actual. I'm gonna bring them out. I did a wheat beer, just a regular wheat. This is my first all grain wheat beer. It actually tastes.
These are the first all grains.
This is the first all grain. This one actually tastes really solid as a wheat beer. I like it. It's a really low alcohol percentage. Something happened during fermentation. I'm not too sure, but it's at 3.4%.
Okay.
So Oklahoma beer.
What's that?
Oklahoma beer.
Yeah.
Should be one of the ratings. Oklahoma beer.
And then this is the same wheat beer. I actually got your guys' name.
Hey, look at that! Got a name on it.
This is the one that I think I'm.
This is the first wheat. This is the same wheat one, and I put pulparino candy in it, like the tamarind
Oh
candy.
my god! Okay.
And then I dry hopped it too. I
Ooh,
tasted
so-
it. You get some pulparino at the end, but man, it's got a little funkiness to it.
Good
I don't
funk or bad funk? You said it like a bad funk.
I don't know. I'll
Is
let
it
you
like
guys
the
know.
lavender he loved that everybody hated?
You know what? You know what? Did you actually really like that?
I really did. Yeah.
Really? Because I tried Cup of Noodles by Collective.
Yeah.
and it tastes almost like that.
Similar, but I think with the cup of noodles, you smell when you go for to drink it, you smell the noodles off of that one. Like you smell like the.
I didn't taste the noodles, but I
Yeah.
tasted like that lavender.
Lavender, yeah.
I don't know what it was.
It's way more toned down in theirs, and I see where you guys were going with it. But I think it's cool because so remind me, like I grew it instead of using hops, since you're using like other herbs to impart that kind of flavor,
we
right?
just use botanicals. So
Yeah.
we used lavender, we used lemon balm. I think that was pretty
much
much.
lavender.
We used honey, but we used vegan honey. I think that's where we messed up. We should have just gone with regular honey.
Your wife's like, "What did you say?"
I know, right? Excuse me.
You say
She
regular
didn't
honey?
even like it, so
Yeah,
at that
true.
point it was just like I should have just used regular honey. I was trying to be
I think
nice.
so. One of my coworkers, Daisy, she tried the beer as well. I think you guys met up whenever you guys did the beer out. So she said we talked about it like yesterday, I think, and because I told her you were coming on, and she's like, "Oh, did you end up drinking your beers?" And I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Did you really like it?" Because for me, it was like. She's like, not that she didn't like it, but she's like, it was interesting. It's like I couldn't stop drinking it because I was trying to figure out like
What
she
those,
kept
those
trying
flavors
it.
are and taste, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I liked it. I thought it was good. It's definitely one of those ones you have to have like one every so often because
Yeah.
it's a lot of intense
No, you need to chug it, sir.
lavender. So
For me with that one, it was very. It tasted strongly of lavender, and if you tone that back a little, it was the smell.
Gotcha.
Like
yeah.
the fact that that it had a smell that was like so recognizable in a
Cleaning product.
in a cleaning product
Probably
way.
so-
Like that makes it pretty rough.
Yes.
And so even if you had toned back the lavender in the taste, I think that smell, it just puts your mind when you drink it in a very specific place that's not
Gotcha.
good for it.
For sure. For sure.
nice. Well, so on that note, let's try. Which one do you want to go for?
Oh man, I don't know.
I think we start with the
Let's start with the little
campaign
ones.
with the all grain.
Yeah,
That's the new beer by Jacob here.
campaign with the all grain. Those are for you guys, and you can actually pour the whole bottle. It's a yeast. It's a wheat beer, so the yeast will actually add a little bit of flavor.
Right.
That's for you and Zig.
Let me give Ziggs a little.
I'm gonna put a little in here and switch it around.
Oh, you actually did better than me because I kept that.
Clean out that.
Are you not cultured?
You want to switch a little
Pass
bit?
that
of
out,
that?
sir.
Ziggs, thank you.
Actually, gave it a kind of good flavor with that barrel age.
Oh yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. That's all you, Ziggs.
I'm choking here.
You choking?
Went down the wrong air. I'm trying not to cough.
Oh.
But it went down the wrong airway. Oh, I can't even breathe.
All right.
Nice chest and some beef.
Ooh, look at that though.
Yeah, you got the.
It looks like a
The
Wait
haziness.
till you see the next one, man.
It
Wait
tastes
till
like
you-
it looks like a
that's
pear
good.
juice. You know what pear
Yeah,
juice? That's
yeah.
what it looks like to me. Like mine has a little of the stock, but that looks like a pear juice over there.
Yeah. It looks like whenever you get like the canned pineapple juice. You ever
Yeah.
pour that out.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
That is
I would have thought
pear.
about that unless you
That's
said pear
actually really
juice.
good
More
if I
pear
threw
to
some
me.
pineapple in there.
Anyways,
You here to party?
I had a great little taste of this. This is solid, dude.
It doesn't even taste like, for me, it don't taste like a wheat beer.
It's got. I think it's just because we had the aged
Barrel aged.
barrel aged stout, so that's gonna throw off the taste a little bit. You're supposed to start from light to dark, and I was a rebel.
We should have, but
Yeah,
we were a
well,
rebel.
because
but
once you
even
go
if-
dark, you can't reverse back to
yeah.
the
So
lighter
see,
beers.
Exactly.
that's the one thing that I notice is I don't think that's affecting the taste as much, but it's certainly affecting the smell.
Okay.
Because that stout, it was such a strong
That was
smell
that was a big boy
that
stout.
when I
It was good. This is good though. This is definitely a good poolside summer beer because I like.
It's easily drinkable.
Yeah, for real, easy drinkable. But what I like about this is I really like the haziness.
Oh.
Like first off, I think that's cool because part of drinking beer is what the way it looks,
yeah, look
the way it
is-
smells, the way it tastes,
Tastes
and,
like a great beer.
so forth, right? So this looks dope, and when you drink it, it's got a good solid smoothness to it. It's not like overly powerful, and you get the kind of like the grains, kind of wheatness at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, that's
kind
what-
of
that's
that
what I was
bread
getting to.
taste, if
Yep.
you will.
Yep, it came out okay. It came out pretty decent. It's a 3.4%, so
I like it a lot.
it's definitely very crushable.
Oh yeah,
Drink
oh yeah.
a lot of those.
Extremely crushable, poolside, all that.
Yeah.
I don't. When I think of wheat, I think of like Blue Moon.
Yeah.
It has really big wheat, those typical wheat notes that I look
Yeah.
for, and I don't taste it here. I don't know because yours is better than theirs, but I like this way more. If you would have said this was a wheat style beer, I like this
the way this drink's more super smooth. It even keeled throughout the end. There's nothing overpowers each other, but all of it tastes great from start to finish. It finishes out real clean, and it's just like I hate wheat beers, and this is one I would like.
Cool.
Yeah, solid.
The word that comes to mind for me is airy. It drinks very light and very easily. And so I think that's what I like about it, because we've had wheat beers on before that you drink them and you can tell what they're going for, but there's so much there.
Yeah.
And I think with this one, it's a very inoffensive flavor. It's very good, and it's not overpowering. And I could slam this all day.
Sounds
I think
like
this is
Ziggy.
crushable.
It sounds like this is crushable. That sounds like Ziggy's gonna rate this one a crushable beer.
It is a very crushable beer. And then let's bring it back.
Oh yeah, that
There he
dude
is.
in the back trips me out every time.
He's not gonna be in this video.
he's not in that one.
Only-
Yeah.
We
That's all.
clipped it real quick.
Oh man,
It's
that
only for
kid,
her. Only for
his
her.
mind was blown.
He's like, what?
No, this is definitely.
Now,
But for me,
Victor, that's a lady.
that is a lady. I mean, I would love to find a lady like that.
That's someone you take on the mall.
I mean, I take nobody home to mom, but that's a lady I take back to my house.
Not to mom.
It'd be a good, like, even just invite her over just to entertain everybody at the party. I mean, come on. Like,
It's like, babe, open this.
There you go.
I
Right.
think we talked about this before, though. She's got to have at some level, like, that's dope as hell, that move. But she's got to have brain trauma at some
Yeah,
point. You keep doing that.
Yeah.
She's like
Something
42.
like that.
She's like, all right, here we go again.
Now, to
It's
be
a
fair,
glass this time. She
Yeah.
just forgets like glass.
I like how you ended that one.
It's all on the damn floor, lady.
no, to be fair, we still don't really know the long-term effects of CTE. That has
true.
yet to be determined.
It's pretty clear at this point, but it's not,
Yeah.
fully known.
Yeah. Chokes the brain. And Will Smith.
I couldn't watch that movie, and I was so mad at. This is a very big side
You got me
note.
the wrong time. Almost,
Sorry, dude.
almost copped that up. That was good.
Very big side note. I hated Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith for them saying that they got snobbed at the Oscars for that movie. Snubbed. Same shit. On the aspect of this, that movie sucked.
That movie
His
was-
acting
it
sucked.
wasn't. It wasn't Oscar worthy.
No, yeah, definitely not.
His acting sucked in it.
His accent sucked.
No, his acting sucked on it.
There wasn't like much to do for it. I mean,
It was just
He's
bad.
just like an African accent.
yeah,
That was
act
fake-
emotional.
a fake
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that's it.
a fake one. It was not a good movie by any means necessary. The message was good. The understanding of how it came out.
Yeah,
was good.
yeah, that was cool. I agree.
The
with
histology behind it.
And that's the only reason I liked it. The pathology that he did on it. I liked it a lot.
Yep.
I liked it a lot. But outside of that, it was not a good movie for Oscar, and I hated them for that.
Well, you know what? Something that's interesting that happened. So, okay, so they're talking about like a lot of the brain stuff and what's going on with the body. I ran across a really cool article the other day on Vice, and so this guy got into an accident. Like I think he's riding his motorcycle or a car, and he got into a car accident. Flipped over, ended up crushing his like leg from like the mid shin down.
Shit.
Yeah, and so it was all mangled. The doctor said after a few days they were going to amputate. And so he's like, okay, that's fine. He asked, can I keep it? And the doctor was like, that's fine, you can keep it. And so they actually gave him his fully amputated limb. And I think on the basis of like religious purposes, they're allowed to do that because to be buried whole, some religions call for that or whatever.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So he takes it, they give it to him fresh. So Victor knows what I'm talking about, like the biohazard bag, give it to you fresh. And he took off a piece of it and asked his friends to come over, like 10 of his friends, if they wanted to make tacos out of it
Fuck
No.
that, dude.
and eat it.
No.
And here we go. Ziggy,
No.
you're so quick with it, Ziggy.
No.
So
Show me
this
pictures
is...
of this guy.
God.
No, I don't think they show the guy.
No, so the guy has asked to remain anonymous,
Silence of the Lambs. That's awesome.
but he
It sounds worse than face value.
this is a picture of both the I believe the X-ray of his limb
Yep.
before they amputated it, and on the left there, that is his limb cooked up as fajita meat for a taco.
Fajita.
No.
I'll try anything
No.
once.
No.
So
He's
what
not
he
a
did?
friend.
So
He's
what
not
he
my
did?
friend.
A little background on it.
He's not my friend.
It sounds
He's not my
weird.
homie, dog.
It sounds weird on face value because he said in the article, and I don't know if this is true, but he's like, hey, he called up his friends. He's like, hey, you know how we always said if we got the chance to try like our, some human meat, we would? And they're like, yeah, well then let's do it, because he what happened to him.
Damn.
And so yeah, they cooked it up.
Yes,
Everybody willingly knew.
Could you imagine being that one friend that said yeah because you were drunk, and then now you're like, fuck,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta try human meat.
Yeah, yeah. It's so like he's showing us pictures here, but it's interesting because
Oh wow.
yeah, they made he had a
It looks good, guys. Like, don't lie.
like if somebody showed you a picture of
It
that.
does, but
You're not my homie.
And here's
You're
the
not
thing.
my homie. You're not
Here's,
my-
here's the thing that like brings to mind, like, okay, if you are, how do I put this? Okay, you're looking at human meat, right? Because that whole taboo of it being human meat.
No, is it edible? Yes, it's edible.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, if you're putting like a whole thing to it, like, what's the difference between like beef and that? At some level, it's meat, maybe because of where it came from. And
It's not as fatty. It's like lean. It's more like chicken. It's very lean.
he said it tasted beefy.
It's
Really?
beefy.
Yeah,
I've read an
It's
article that
tasty.
it's really similar to pork.
Yeah, I can see that too. But
Long
my
pig.
point is that like if this is my question of the week, if I was to call one of you guys up and I was like, hey,
You're not a homie. You're not my
I'm
homie.
like, hey,
At least not anymore. You're not.
you were up until you
I
offered
don't
me
know.
human meat.
Show will be ended for a
And
few
it
weeks.
doesn't have to be me, but I'm saying if somebody offered you, your close friend, like, hey, I want to do this, will you help me send me my leg off in style with some
No.
dope ass fajita meat?
I don't know. I
don't know.
It really depends because, like I said, I will try almost anything once, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No,
That's
that's a good answer.
That's weird. That's
I-
weird. Maybe.
It is right.
No, it's a fair enough answer. I used to be.
That's where they
They cut him off at.
yeah emptied it from like mid shin down.
So he's a white guy.
threw a
That's what I
diaper on.
figured.
So he only took a portion of it, like a little smaller portion. He didn't
Yeah.
take the full like leg.
Yeah.
He said, and this kind of shows like where this guy's at. But he said like he wanted to take a plaster mold of it and make a doorstop out of it for his house.
He's trying to do
And,
everything.
and
with
then
that
he
damn
wanted to
leg.
take a 3D model of it so he can make keychains.
God. That's too
So,
much.
but in a certain sense, when you keep reading through it, what he said was when after the accident happened, he was kind of in a dark place. It was hard for him to like kind of like cope with like
I was
what
gonna say,
happened
that
to him.
must be like a coping
It
mechanism.
was a coping mechanism because it helped him kind of like send it off, and all his friends were there,
Send
and they
it
kind of
off.
like
Send it off.
He said they're all making jokes and they're
Is
eating it.
was his foot alive? They had to be buried. and
No,
shit?
but it's a part of him, and it's traumatic, and you're losing it. But he said they're all making jokes when they're eating. He said like that's the only time he's been inside all 10 of his friends at once.
Oh God.
And then he said the next day one of
I would
his
have
friends.
puked at that point. I would have been like,
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
He said that the next day one of his friends called him and said, "Hey man, sorry, but I pooped you out this morning."
Dang.
So jokes were getting
No,
around.
I mean
Some
it's
cool-ass
definitely white
friends.
people shit. No offense, Ziggy. No offense.
Oh no, I'm not offended. I am all in. I don't know if you guys have picked up on this by me not saying anything. Yes, in a heartbeat, yes, I would eat any one of
There he
you.
is. There he
I
is.
mean, if I had to, and we had like the survival stuff, of course, there's a different aspect of this. But it's like someone called me, it's like, yo, I had to kill my dog this morning. I'm cooking her up. But come eat my dog with me. Fuck you, bro. We're not friends. We're not. No, get out of here.
Also,
It's
yes,
true.
You know what? We'll,
He's
we'll,
in.
We'll do a PSA. We'll do a PSA right now. I don't have to be your friend. If you are a listener out there and you have a traumatic accident like this, and you have a certificate, a medical certificate, test results saying that you were drug and disease free,
and all legal.
I will. Yes, invite me
Sign
to
him
this
up.
dinner party.
And Dallas Beer
Yes.
Talk over there, drinking beers on the side and
I'm
providing
recording it.
colorful commentary
Not gnarly.
for sure. So it's
We will
interesting,
do a remote from your hospital room.
right? So here's the thing: the whole story I read it and I was like, man, I was tripping out when I was reading it because it's something you don't ever
What would
like,
you
really
do?
see. I would probably not. I like at the first thinking about it, I probably wouldn't unless it was somebody that was really close to me and they made like a really strong case for it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not down, but like you said, I'm almost in the same kind of way as Jacob. That I kind of want to try anything once. So
I used to say that too up until a few years ago. I used to be like, I'll try anything one time if it's food. That's where you guys cook it. I'm down. Until I had fucking shark head, and I was like, no, fuck that. No,
It's true.
I'm
But that was
limited.
fermented. This is fresh.
I'm limited to what I would
and
try.
they marinated overnight.
No, I'm good.
Guys,
no,
he went
Yeah.
to-
Well, we're getting a little
wow.
short on time.
So tender.
We're getting a little short. Let's try a
Yeah,
beer.
yeah, sure. Let's do the.
So this is the one with
we have all the time, sir.
Puparindo. This is what I've been looking forward to. So ever
Since you
since I saw you
texted us.
posted it.
So while we're talking, or while we're pouring this one, we were talking about Twitter earlier. Did you guys see what happened a couple weeks ago with Buffalo Wild Wings Twitter?
No, what the fuck happened?
Oh, it got hacked really, really, really bad.
Really?
Yeah. I to the point that I cannot read some of these, but the one that everyone really clung on to
Is this
was
PG not 13?
oh no, this is like X-rated. Like they throw the N-word at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, but the big one that everyone that got reported really was this is from the Buffalo Wild Wings official account, and let me throw this up on the screen here. Let me try and
Not get us in trouble.
yeah. The bottom one here, our secret recipe is Tommy's cum. That's what makes our wings so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Reminder that
Wendy's touches kids.
Jeez.
oh, this is so good. Oh my god, how did I hear about this?
Yeah, this happened about 2 weeks ago.
I think I saw. Did you hear that IHOP changed their name to IHOB?
Oh yeah, we had a little
No,
discussion about that.
that doesn't exist. I don't even call the International House of Pancakes. It's still that name. It's not the other shit they call themselves.
It's not IHOP.
It's still the
Or it's
International
not
House of
IHOP.
Pancakes. No,
Isn't that nuts?
This is crazy.
that's how
So
hazy
I'm
it
over
came
here
out.
like freaking out because look how this is like. I've never seen
but
anything.
yours
hazier
looks
than
more
this.
juicier than mine.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think we got. I try to pour the last bit of the bottle in everybody's, but I think he got a lot of it.
Yeah. Wow. So this is like the haziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is like when you take a
Oh, yeah, he got some.
Bull semen?
Yes.
not
It's
That is actually the
accurate.
secret ingredient. Bull semen.
Well, we've all been there, guys. We've all been there. Come on.
Don't ask
play
me how I
dumb.
found a bull, but I found one.
But no, it's that very pulp, like real fresh
Orange
squeezed
juice. It looks
juice.
Me and my
yeah.
wife did like a live Instagram tasting of this one in the wheat beer,
Oh, I saw-
and we were
yeah.
like, it looks like a mimosa.
Did you see it? I didn't see it.
It's got a funky
how they
smell
build
to
it.
it, guys. I'm telling you.
It
It does
does
have a
funk.
weird smell, man.
It's got a
It's
funk.
got like a.
I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know how to describe it either.
It's like human meat.
It's like, oh, okay.
No, I'm just joking.
In that case,
I'm just joking.
YOLO.
I don't know. I'm a little scared now.
Oh, dude, dope. I think the smell is a little funky, like you said, kind of off-putting a little bit. But when you try it, man,
it's like an
that's
IPA.
good. It's like an IPA, but it's
that
not.
Chinook hops, man.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not super
What is
bitter.
that? What am I tasting?
You're tasting like the pepperiness of
At the end.
the puparindo.
The tamarind.
That's what I'm
candy.
tasting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end.
I never had that. Is that
It's got
candy?
that
Yeah, it's a candy.
it's a
little
like
bit
a-
of sour to it. It's
Yeah.
oh,
little
it's
Mexican
delicious.
candies.
Yeah.
Is that what it
Keep
is?
it
That
good.
little red stuff right
You
there?
see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made sure to try to get this as non-filtered as I could when I poured it.
Dope, man. This is good. I
Bro,
was
it's
super
just-
excited for this.
This is good, man.
If you get any more, I'm gonna give some to my wife. That's
I'm
one of her
calling
favorite
it.
candies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, that's good.
I have
I
floaties in
concur.
mine. Mine's
Yeah.
got like
Ooh,
little
yeah.
Bambino candies in it. floating
I
around.
concur on that one.
Phenomenal.
Thank you guys. I appreciate
Phenomenal.
It. Yeah, this one actually came out pretty good.
Just through my the smell is a little off-putting. The smell of it.
No, definitely. That's what I thought too. I smelled it. I was like, that smells a little sour, like funky
This is-
sour.
It
Yeah,
smells
just kind
off-putting,
of like that funky.
but it tastes a fucking. I don't want to say it again, but fucking phenomenal. And
phenomenal.
but it has a nice little kick at the end. I'm guessing because of the candy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, man. It was cool because all the candy dissolved in the fermenter. I thought there was going to be chunks and pieces, but all of it dissolved. And I have a picture on my Instagram where you can see like the chili flakes or the chili like powder.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Right there.
amazing.
It's
And
good.
It's good.
Man, really
But you
good.
didn't filter it, so you get
This
this.
is not. This is straight up non-filtered. This is. When I brewed it and I fermented it. It was a full 5-gallon batch of wheat beer. I pulled half of it off.
This is supposed to be a wheat beer.
This is a wheat beer. This is a wheat beer mixed with Chinook hops.
I
got
would have
some
called this
dry
an
hop-
IPA.
Yeah, that's the Chinook hops. That's
Yeah.
the dry. That's the dry hopping for 2 days.
That's why it tastes like it, but not bitter.
I pulled the half of it off the trib, and I left the other half there for 2 days.
You say
And I
half
put-
chub?
Half chub. Yes.
I mean, I'm always at half chub. Always ready.
Semi chub.
Joking, all the way joking.
And then I left about 2.5 gallons in there, and then I threw Chinook hops, full ounce of Chinook hops in there, and then that's a lot because normally 5 gallons you want at least 1 ounce, so I doubled it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then
Texas style.
Yeah, then I threw the pulparino in there. And I threw a whole case of that.
Yeah.
That like, you buy at, like Walmart. That
Yeah,
big
they
ass
have a little,
box.
they're on the little like small
Yep,
little pieces.
Me and my cousin sat there and opened them all up, and I
Dude.
just ground them up a little bit and tossed them in there.
So how did you come up with the idea to add the candy?
He was drinking.
So
slapping the bag.
slap in the bag. It all starts from slap.
Which
in the
bag? I don't know. I watch Viceland a lot, and there was a brewer on. There's a show on there called Beerland. I don't know if you have seen it. It's about home brewers.
I'm kind of jealous.
It's pretty cool. It's about home brewers, and there was this one lady. She did a beer de garde, which is like an unfiltered. I don't even know what type of beer it is.
A pièce de résistance.
Something like that, man. Something like that. And she put tamarindo in it, and she actually won. And I was like, holy fuck, like that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
And then me and my buddy who helped me brew this, we sat down with like 3 or 4 different beers. We had like a Kolsch, a wheat, a cream ale, and an IPA, and then we just had a box of tamarindo candy, the puparino.
Yeah.
So we're eating it as we're drinking, and we're like, what tastes
What
good?
would go good together?
And we had one of my home brewed wheat beers, and we tried that. And I was like, that tastes really good. Like, let's try that.
Yeah.
And then he was supposed to come help me like put that in the secondary fermentation, but he didn't show up, or he did not show up. He had to go to work. So I was putting the pulparino in there, and my cousin was helping me. And then I was like, man, fucking, I have this bag of Chinook hops I'm not gonna use, so I just tossed that in there too. I was like, let's dry hop it.
Yeah.
And I got that from Brain Dead. Brain Dead did a dry hop wheat beer, and it actually tasted really good.
Shout out to Brain Dead. I like their Squadzilla. The Squadzilla they did was delicious.
That was Brutal Beer Works.
Oh my bad, Brain Dead. Same shit. I'm good with names. I'm really good with names, bro. I'm really good.
I'm really impressed though, man. This is probably one of my favorites for sure.
I'm gonna cut that out, by the way.
From the we need to get you like a brewing name. Like we need something to.
Oh, I've got one,
Assassin,
man.
bro. You guys see his shirt?
Assassin Brewery. So we're working on labels right now, and working on getting beer labels.
We'll keep it low G until then.
No, that's good, man. Strange Brew.
Strange Brew. Okay.
Strange Brew. So STR, just strange, and then BRU, like the
okay.
German U. So Strange
brew.
Yeah,
They're gonna have the little
Yep.
the dots up top.
Like strange music, like Tech Nine?
something like that maybe.
This is good though. So like I really enjoy the haziness. Is dope. I know mine's a little bit hazier than y'all's, but man, overall,
was all
even
good.
y'all's is really hazy.
I don't think ours flavor profile wasn't different. It's just the look, the look of it. But I think this is a great beer, man.
Yeah, really
I'm gonna call you
solid.
Big Smiles.
Cool, I like
Yeah.
it, dude.
Yeah,
Big happy.
Y'all think we can knock out a little small bottle real quick? Let's chug.
I think so.
Let's chug real
We
quick.
got about 3 minutes left, so it's not gonna be a big review. But I want to shout out to everybody who's watching this. I love you guys. Thanks for supporting. We got some big things in the works for us, so thanks for all the support.
Now, is this the Three
Your little
Floyds?
glass, like on your glass, it's kind of milky.
Yes.
All right,
Three
so
Floyds. Looks-
this one is Zombie Dust by Three Floyds. This intensely hopped and gushing undead pale ale will be one's only respite after the zombie apocalypse. Created with our marvelous friends in the comic industry, it's a pale ale. It's an IBU of 50, and the ABV is 6.2. That's
6.2 is good, though.
Zombie Dust from Three Floyds
they got the
Brewing
artist
Company.
name. Unlike other breweries, they have the artist name on there. Tom Seeley?
That's cool.
Yes, their artist is Tom Seeley, and their designer is Zimmer Design. And here is the artwork on that.
So I like the artwork on it a lot. But big ups to them too. You don't get that a lot when you like say clown shoes.
Yeah,
You
throw
don't see the artist name on there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
We thought about, me and my buddy thought about doing that. We want to get local artists to draw labels and
This is
stuff
a guy
for
out
us.
of Arlington who does really good work for Three Nations and a lot of them too.
Oh,
so.
that's what's up. Yeah. We would love to do that, and recognizing if we actually start selling beer and stuff like that, we would like to send proceeds to them,
Very
like a
good.
percentage to
Nice.
them when they sell.
Support
whenever we
the
sell. Yeah, we want to support our
local
local
art scene.
community. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. That's
we
We
can
can work out a
support
deal with that. I think they just pay them right out for the artwork. But if you want to do it like that, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
this deal's like that.
It probably wouldn't be anytime soon, just because we're not selling beer and anything right now. It's pretty much free to everybody that's gonna try it.
But we'll pay for whenever you start. How far along it goes, and whenever it does, you start selling, we will buy.
We need some
But-
shirts and hats.
There you go.
This is the top of the hour, guys. We're gonna drink this beer real quick. Let's try it. Salud. Love you guys.
So Crisp.
Not bad. I don't like the way it smells at all.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That tastes that's smooth.
But
It's
it's
for a
so-
pale ale. That's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty flavorful.
I gotta admit, guys, out of all the stuff that we've tried today, or after all the stuff we tried today, this is kind of a disappointment.
Dang.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
Why?
messed up.
I
Because
don't
the
know.
name?
It's just not what I'm. I guess it might not be my type of style, but you know, that stout, it was just so richly flavored and it was so distinct, and especially the last beer that we just tried, that was just so. Everything has been so drinkable, and with this one, it's just there's a like a bitterness to it that doesn't meld with the rest of the beer that I don't like.
And you're not a big IPA fan though, as well, right? And this is like a pale ale, but this is pretty drinkable, pretty solid, nice, like pop of flavor.
Yeah, it's got
but
some
not too
hoppiness to
too
it.
bitter.
I have something that I want to announce. We just hit our 600 follower on Instagram,
Yes, sir.
and we're about to be 800 on Facebook. So,
Tight.
That's right.
hey, it just happened right now.
Sweet.
So,
Lucky.
So
Fancy.
like, follow, share,
subscribe,
with all your
all
friends.
that.
Get
That is
on
to
the
1,000.
Patreon. Get on the Patreon if you want my pop culture recommendations for the week.
Patreon, iTunes.
We'll eventually get it set up so
We're
that you
working on
can
all
do
this.
that.
You heard
Listen.
it. You heard it here first. If we get to 1,000 followers, Victor will butt chug some Franzia wine.
I will.
All right.
On air, but it has to be blurry because I don't want us to get caught
if-
like shut down.
It might not be voluntary, but he will do it.
Oh my god!
The
Listen,
day's here, Victor. No.
I don't want to do it.
Anyways,
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready yet.
I've got a power washer and you've got an asshole. We'll do this.
We're gonna make it happen.
Jesus,
That's us.
the visuals.
Scary.
Wow. All right, well, guys,
That's
it's
the way
been-
to end the show right there.
Yep.
That's the only way to end this show.
Yep, it's been a great show. We are loving the new studio. Thank you guys for joining in with us as we have Jacob, our awesome friend, bringing us some great brews.
And trying some great stuff.
Yep.
You'll see more of him coming up, hanging out with us too. We got some more things in the works for all of us, and we're gonna keep growing our social media outlet and stuff like that, as well as like iTunes, Gmail, all that stuff. So love you guys. Everybody be careful. Follow Jacob on Instagram. We're gonna tag him on this video and all other posts because I can't remember his numbers.
And there's two things, guys. One of them is hashtag talking under the influence, and
yeah.
also don't forget to slap the bag. Thank you,
Slap the
guys.
bag.
Yeah.